We can put in the perfect work in the garden. We can water the plants exactly like they need. We can make sure their soil has the right nutrients. We can check for pests. We can weed. We can do all the right work. And still, the results aren't guaranteed. The plant still might die. Or at least the results aren't immediate. The results have to wait. The work comes way before them. And I think the garden is such a beautiful reminder of how we have to find value in the actual work and not just the results. Finding value in the work will help us stay motivated and actually get more done. Hi, I am A Rose. I am a Vanderbilt grad turned stay-at-home rural mama. And I tell you those labels not to brag about where I went to college or something, but to demonstrate the trajectory I have taken in life. So I started off really caring about external metrics. I wanted to do great in school. I wanted to go to a good college. I wanted to get a good job and live in a nice city. Do all the things that I thought I was supposed to do to be successful. Show all the external metrics. And then 3 years ago, my husband and I made the decision for me to stay home with our children and take care of our farm. And that has been a huge shift because I'm not getting the same external validation. I'm not getting the progress report. I'm not getting the work evaluation, that I was getting before I did this. When you are a stay-at-home mama, there's a lot of work that we don't see obvious results for. I don't think I'm the only one who gets validation from the external results and not just the work. I think we're really taught to do that. We're taught not to get validation from figuring out a problem, but instead to be happy about the A that we got in class. We're taught that the work is only as valuable as the money that you make from it. And so it is hard to appreciate work that doesn't have the same results. Like in motherhood, we do the same thing over and over and over again. And yes, there's results. So if you do laundry, if you do a load of laundry, there are the results of those clean clothes. But those clothes are going to get dirty again way faster than you would expect. And if you do a good job keeping up with keeping the house clean, which I don't always, but if you do a good job with it, there's really never results because it starts clean, gets dirty, and then it's clean again. And so there's not really that obvious uphill momentum. Yeah, over time there is, especially with raising kids. But even then, you can't actually control the results of how it will be when you raise your kids. You could be the very best parent and try your best to make sure that you're raising good humans, but you can't control how they're going to turn out. You don't need to. They are their own people. And what external metrics are people going to judge? How quiet and well-behaved they are, and that's not always positive. So I do think the work of being a homemaker and a mama isn't quite valued when we think about external metrics. I mean, I feel valued. I know my husband appreciates me, and my kids do too. And I know it's valuable, but there's still a part of me that feels like I need to contribute more. Also, before I go any further, I want to go ahead and do my garden check-in. So this is day 4 of 10 of early morning garden care and reflections. I have made a promise to myself to get up about 5 a.m. so I have time to shower and get dressed for the day and get out here just as it's getting light outside. And today it was hard. Yesterday was so easy. Jerry, my 5-month-old, slept all night long. It was beautiful. And I woke up, I was feeling it, I had the energy, I knew I was going to do it. Today was a different story because he woke up twice last night, the last time being at 4:30, and I was just so tired and cranky. And I knew that it would give me just the right amount of time to go back to sleep to be woke up again. I did go back to sleep though. I wanted every second of sleep. And at 5 o'clock, when my alarm went off, I did not want to get out of bed. Not one bit, not at all. But this commitment, one, you guys, I guess, are the external metric that are holding me accountable. And also, it's just the one commitment I have told myself I'm going to keep. So it is early morning, so you can hear the roosters crowing. And you probably can hear the birds. I don't know if this microphone picks up on the bird sounds. I'm sure you can hear the roosters though. They're not quiet. So how I use my time in the garden today is I weeded around my berry patch, the raspberries, the blueberries, and grapes. And then I also watered them. It's rained a lot. If you could tell that it looks really foggy, it did rain some yesterday, but it just missed it all day. It didn't rain a solid enough amount. I really wanted them to have a good soaking because I was actually a little behind on watering them. So that is what I did today. And while I was out here, I noticed that there was a little bit of pests on the grapevine, that they are being eaten quite a bit. And there's also no grape bulbs. So we're not going to get any fruit from this patch. And that's what made me start to think about how important it was to value the work. Because I stepped back and I was like, oh, I don't even know if some of these blueberry plants are going to make it. And they definitely don't have any blueberries on it. And I kind of immediately started judging the results. And then I stopped myself and reminded myself that actually what mattered was the work. That I came out here and I weeded around them and I put in the work. And that's what matters for this video too. So yesterday's video, I felt really good about. I feel like I'm starting to get a better structure. Maybe I'm starting to get more comfortable. I can watch the video with fewer cringes. And I felt like that was a valuable video. I posted it. And I did pretty good not checking the analytics. I still definitely crave knowing how it does. I checked it, though, later in the evening, and it was 0. Nobody saw it. I did all the work, and literally, there were 0 results. And I knew that was probably going to happen. And I'm really thankful for this commitment of doing a video for 10 days, no matter what, because it keeps me showing up and doing the work. It reminds me that the value is in doing the work. That is what I'm committed to. I'm not committed to gaining hundreds of thousands of followers. I mean, that would be nice. And, I know that it'd be easier to do this work if I knew there was results, like people actually watching the videos. But having this commitment to myself makes me know that the value is in the work. It is not in the results. And that is what I have to keep returning to. It is certainly hard to pour in so much creative effort to try to improve when there's not any results and it doesn't feel like anybody's watching. It's hard to feel like it's valuable to put in the time to record these videos instead of doing something for my family, because there is that self-doubt voice. It's like, is this work worthwhile? Am I supposed to do it? And what I keep returning to is the fact that this has been on my heart for so many years. It's gotten really loud ever since I became a stay-at-home mom, because it felt like I was getting closer to the time it was supposed to happen. But I have felt called to be a teacher for a long time. And I was a teacher for middle school math. And that was fine. It wasn't quite there. And I know that the way my brain works of having these new ideas so often every day, I felt like that was showing me that I was supposed to share it. And I'm learning that having ideas is a lot easier than sharing them. And it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, especially for no results. But I've committed, and so I will stay the course. So whether you are parenting, whether you're a homemaker, whether you're recording YouTube videos for a 0 audience, it can be really hard to keep going when you don't immediately see the value of what you're doing. But I want to remind you that the effort still matters, that the work matters, even if no one sees it. Even if your family doesn't understand why you're putting in this work, even if, you question yourself, like, should I be doing something else? Remember that the effort matters, not just the results. So you can be doing something that you feel called to do, even if it's not obvious that it's valuable yet. I don't know where you might be putting in a lot of effort without seeing results yet. Maybe it's in raising your children. Maybe it's in cleaning the kitchen. Maybe it's in your garden. I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement that the effort matters. Give yourself recognition for that. I literally say thank you. When you're done, say thank you, I'm proud of you. Because somebody else probably won't be saying that.